Is it I'm going to show you some event handlers. I'll show you some basic one or two examples, then you will be good with that. Okay, what is an event handler? Okay, so if I have anything, then I want to capture them. So this is incremental. I'll just include on the incremental thing only. Okay, so let's say event handler is nothing but, I'll take a new one. So by the meaning itself, by the naming itself, event handlers. Event means the events are execution, on execution means during execution time, before starting the execution, after completion of the execution, on error if there is any error. Okay, like that. I'm just saying at the high level, because this one and like before that the system will compile, so you'll be calling it as on validation, before validation. Okay, after validation, like that. There are different things on the package. So whenever, if you want to perform some operation on any of the event, then that operations you can create on the under the event handlers data flow. Okay, under the event handlers data flow you can create the task. Now let's see, just I am showing at the high level. Let's say I'll try to fail this package by naming something. If my package fails, then what I want is that in the Badams, in the destination or something, database in the destination, what I'll do, I'll create one table. Okay, so if the package fails, what it should do is that it should capture the error, and it should show me that something like, if it should capture the error for the package, so what error it has. Okay, so now what I'll do a create table. I'll name the table as event or test handlers, event handlers, EH. ID I'll give as identity. ID as integer, right? I'll give integer. Identity. After that I'll give error message, or I'll give package name also. Package name varchar 1000 100. Yeah, package name will not be 100, more than 100, right? Mostly. So package name, error message. So error message may be some long, so I'll give varchar max. Okay, so then I'll close my package. Even if I want to give some time also, I can add the time also, but I'll just give this one. Okay, so what I'll be doing, I'll insert, okay, into test. So like if the package fails, then I want to insert the values into that. So what is the package, and what is the error message we got. So see, it will be the package name, or I can directly give the values. Since I need to pass dynamically, I'll give question mark comma question mark. I'll copy this. So oh yeah, Control Z. So before that, what I'll do, I'll go to the package. So what I want, I'll go to the event handlers. Now you can see, when I click on this, now it will show I can create the event handlers at the package level or at individual task level. Okay, I can create the event handlers at the package level or individual task level. So currently, if any of the tasks fails, I want to capture. So that's the reason I'll be creating the event handler at the package level. Okay, see, incremental is the package name, so that's why you can see the package name as an incremental. Okay, if I go to something, yeah. Oh, under freeze అయిందా? ఓకే. సో ఇప్పుడు నేను చూశాను అనుకోండి ప్యాకేజ్, ఇక్కడ నేను I can create at the package level or other things. So let's see, if I go to the other package 4, if I go to the event handlers, now I'll see the name as a package 4. So this is the name of the package. Okay, so now for incremental, what I'll be doing, I'll go to the incremental. I want at the package level on error. See, now when I click, I'll get different event handlers. On post execute means before starting the package, on post validate before compiling the package, on pre execute, sorry, And post means after completion of the execution of the package. And post validate means after completion of the package, it will again validate whether it has a correct steps or not. Okay. On pre-execute means before executing the package. On pre-validate means before starting executing the package. On progress means during the when the package is running, then it will show you. Okay. On query cancel, if there is any cancel in the query, then it will show. On task fail, if any of the task fail, then it will show. On value change, since we will be having the variables, right? If you use the variable dynamically capture, like we are getting that path name, folder path in the for each loop container, we have dynamically calculated the variable values, right? We can even check if the variable value change, what we want to do. On warning, if there is any warning message, then it will show. Basically, when you load from the data from source to destination, if the destination column is small compared to the source, then it will throw an error. On warning, right? It will not show any error message, but it will throw a warning message like triangle yellow color symbol. So if there is any warning, what you want to do, you can do. Currently I am doing on error. If there is any error, then I want to do. So what I'll do, currently it doesn't have anything. I'll just click on this. Now I'll be adding the execute SQL task here. Favorites, execute SQL task. That's it. Now I'll click on this. So it is in the same Badam's destination database, right? Click on this. Now I want to update it. So what I'll do, I'll go here. So since we have copied this script, right? I'll copy the script here, paste it here. So done. That's it. Now what I want to pass two values to this. Okay, I want to pass two values. So same way I'll go to the parameter mapping, add two values. So what is the first value? It is a package name. So by default there will be a system package name variable here. Package name. See, if I want to see the error message, then you can see some system error message here. Something you can see error description. See. Okay, that's it. And what is the parameter? The first one is 0, second one is 1. That's it. And see, data type, it is of varchar, right? So I can give it as varchar. This is also a varchar, so I can give it as a varchar data type. Done. Now I'll click OK. Okay, so first we'll run it manually, right? Execute this. Normally we'll run whether all the properties are correct or not. Okay, it has successfully executed. We are good. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is that, see, if I run the package now, see the package is successfully completed. If I go to the event handler, see, it didn't execute because it will only execute if there is an error on the package. Okay. Now I am stopping this. So how to make an error? Just go to the truncate table. So this is the table name, right? I'll give the sales one because there is no sales one table there. Okay, done. Now I'll execute this. There's an error. Go and see the event handler. See, when there is an error, then only this task got executed. Now if I go and see the database here, table, select star from. See, truncate table sales. See, what is the error message I got? See, cannot find the object. Can you see this? Hello? Yeah. Because see, first time it didn't print the value because we have manually executed that one, right? So that's the reason it inserted one record. So now this when the error occurred, so because we have manually ran to check whether it is running right. So when we created, we manually went it and we manually executed. So that's the reason a record has been inserted there, blank record. So next time when we ran, so it was successfully, so the execute SQL task didn't execute. The third time when we ran, it was some error, so that's the reason capturing the error message. Okay, అర్థమైందా మీ అందరికీ ఇది? So this is the concept of event handlers. I have just only shown you once. You can also create a event handlers for individual task. If I select here, see there is nothing. You can create it separately here if you want for that individual task. Load sales if you want to on error for that. If you like on pre-execution of the task, if you want to do something, you can do it here. Okay. Hello. So this is the way how you are going to use the event handlers. So mostly it is an important concept. So like basically you will be using the event handler, like sometimes you want to, before loading the table, you want to you want to check some status. Okay. So based on that you will create. So before loading the table you will check the status. So if the status is this one, then wait the package. So that all you can handle in the event handlers. For every task separately you can handle it. Like okay. So normally whenever if you have an error, then you can capture in the event handlers manual at the backend. By default, when you run on the SQL Server database, it will execute. By default, it will capture here. But if you run on the package, then there is nothing. See, when I ran the package 2 times, right? If I go and see here, it will not be captured here because I didn't run the package on the server agent. I ran on my machine locally. So if I see this, then last time how many times it has been executed, it will only show that many execution times. It will not show the execution times which are executed now. See. Okay. Hello. So there are a couple of things we need to manually check them and do that. Okay, so you are done with the, see, I have deployed the package. After deploying, I have made some changes here. Okay, so if and going and changing the correct one. Okay, so if I want to redeploy the same package, so what I'll do, I'll just click on the, I think there's a no package deploy, right? Yeah, yeah. I need to deploy the entire project. Right click, deploy. Again, I can deploy there. It will be overwritten. That's it. Madams, SSIS. See, already exists. Click next to replace the existing project during deployment. Yeah, automatically it will be replaced. That's it. Okay. So everyone is clear with this one? Okay.